In the years immediately after Roe v. Wade, one of the abortion lobby's stated goals was to have abortion become just a routine and accepted part of American culture. Of course, that never happened, and in the last few years, we have seen several articles published in which longtime pro-abortion activists conceded that their inability to mainstream and legitimize abortion has been their single greatest failure. The fact is, whether you're talking about the medical community or the general public, the pro-life movement has done a good job in maintaining the stench associated with abortion. Meanwhile, the abortion lobby has fought back against this with little or nothing to show for it. A good example of this was seen a couple of years ago when they began selling T-shirts with the saying, "I had an abortion," written across the front. As we know, this project went down in flames, and we can assume those T-shirts are now rotting in some dusty warehouse. More recently, there have been a few nationally published articles from pro-abortion writers trying to sell the idea that having an abortion is sometimes a more moral choice than not having one. Fortunately, there is no evidence that this is going to be any more successful than the T-shirt fiasco. Having said that, however, I want to caution each of you about softening your rhetoric. Today, it is obvious that the American people are growing increasingly uncomfortable with the idea of legalized abortion. But that is not a signal for us to back off. Instead, we must continue to hammer home the stigma associated with both abortion and the people who do them. We may not be able to keep our enemies from lying to the public and telling them that the issue is not abortion but choice. But what we can do is constantly remind the public that the choice these people are advocating is the wholesale slaughter of defenseless human beings by the millions. The reality is that the stigma of abortion will always be one of our most powerful weapons, and it is one we need to deploy every chance we get.